Thank you for joining us online. If you have any questions about our church, salvation, or need prayer, make sure you fill out a digital connect card on the homepage of our website. To bring more live streams just like this one to you and to help us with ministry all over the globe, partner with us financially by going to fbcvr.com/give. You can also text any amount to 84321. To learn more about what you can be a part of at FBCVR, head to fbcvr.com/events. Thank you for joining us for each night of the Holy Week. Please enjoy the live stream.
Well, good evening, church. We are here with what we call Good Friday. I don't know, we arrive at this term because it's good for us. It was not good for Jesus. This was a hard day for anybody to go through. So if you have your Bibles tonight, we're going to be in the book of Matthew chapter 27. We're pretty much going to go through the chapter and we're going to break this down as we go. And so we have gone through a lot this week. But this is what it all culminates to. The reason Jesus came to this earth, to set the captive free, to be a substitution for us, to take our place, to do something we weren't capable of doing. And He is tonight, as we go through these scriptures, I hope it penetrates your heart, penetrates your life. Even if you're a believer and you've been a believer a long time, let this resonate in your soul. Let it help you. Let it remind you of who Jesus is in our life. So we're in the book of Matthew, chapter 27, and we're going to start in verse 1. It says, when morning came, all the chief priests and the elders of people plotted against Jesus to put Him to death. And when they had bound Him, they led Him away and delivered Him to Pontius Pilate, the governor. So we go from the mock trial he has with the Pharisees, and now he's being led over to Pontius Pilate, the Roman leader. And he goes over, but Jesus is in these mock trials, and the thing that you're going to pick up on is He remains silent. Matthew 27, when you jump to verse 11, it says, now Jesus stood before the governor, and the governor asked Him, saying, are you the King of the Jews? And Jesus said to him, it is as you say. And while He was being accused by the chief priests and the elders, He answered nothing. He remained silent. The Bible talks about like a lamb being led to the slaughter. Then Pilate said to him, do you not know or hear how many things they testify against you? These are the lies. This is the mockery that they're making. But He answered him not one word, so that the governor marveled greatly. So then the people, He's taken out later and He goes before the people in verse 15. In Matthew 27:15 it says, now at the feast the governor was accustomed to releasing to the multitudes one prisoner whom they wished. Now remember, these are the same people that just 5 days earlier, when Jesus entered into Jerusalem on the donkey, they were screaming, "Hosanna, Hosanna," laying down their clothes like the king is coming back from a war, and they're waving palm branches. They think Jesus, the Messiah, has come in here to set them free from Roman captivity. And so this is the same people that are now standing here, and they're saying this. Therefore, when they had gathered, they at that time they had a notorious prisoner called Barabbas. Therefore, when they had gathered together, Pilate said to him,